Welcome back to Mint, where we explore the world of personal finance, making it simple and relatable for you. Whether you're looking to earn, spend, save, or invest, we've got you covered.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
There is a saying that goes, talent pays. This adage rings true for visual artist and creative designer Cyprian Kiswili, who recognized his artistic talent at a young age. As a boy, Cyprian was always drawing and sketching in his free time. Now, as an adult, Cyprian has remained faithful to his God-given talent. He paints, draws, and designs for a living. His story exemplifies the importance of pursuing your passion to realize your lifelong dreams. Listen in.
From a young age, Cyprian Kiswili enjoyed drawing and sketching and continued to perfect this skill throughout his school life. When the time came to join university, Cyprian didn't struggle to choose a course. He went with his passion.
I studied art and design as a subject. I was fortunate to be one of the best students in the country, the KCSE. And after that, I got enrolled in design school in UON for my bachelor's undergrad. And I was able to win a design competition that was global. And that was facilitated by BAT. It was a sneaker design. And after that, I think that's actually when reality sank that this is what I was meant to do. Through the education, I also got a scholarship to study my master's, still at the same campus, majored in product design.
So tell us, when did you open this art studio and how was the journey?
At the time when I was graduating from my undergrad, I was I was working from home, doing my artworks there. And the way I work on a bulk of a lot of painting. So it was becoming very crowded for my small place. And with time, I started having the ambition to have an art studio where I could showcase and as well be my storage for all my artworks and everything that I've done, and also where people could come in and see the art. Apart from now the exhibitions that I have out there. And slowly by slowly I started and I got an art studio sometimes in last year but one. Immediately after graduating, after winning the sneaker design, I got a call from the shoe company and of course I started interning there, and after a while I got a permanent job that I worked in for 3 years. And after that, I also moved to another Kenyan lifestyle company called Kitukali. It was exciting because we were able to create not just footwear, but also apparel and just the lifestyle fashion. I've been working at Kitukali for 3 years now. And then, of course, now, apart from that, also kind of pushing my art on this side. Most of my creations are mixed media. By mixed media, I combine one or two different types of media. Paint is one. The artist will just dominantly just use paint, but I like to add an aspect of other foreign materials. And two of my main other medias that I also use are recycled fabrics, as well as newsprints and newspapers. During my time at Kitukali, which we were using a lot of fabrics and even designing the fabrics, I would take the wastes and also collect some waste from the local tailors and try as much as possible to just upscale and try and make them into artworks.
Why did you go this route of using mixed media?
I think for two reasons. One is when I was starting, of course, materials are quite expensive for artists, and it's not always easy coming up buying all those paints, especially when you're getting started. So I tried to be creative and see what other stuff I could use, and I found the wastes, which was the fabrics. And the other reason is that the African fabrics carry a lot of storytelling, a lot of rich history in them. So once I combine that in my art, it becomes really strong, and slowly it became my identity.
Though Cyprian's art practice may seem smooth, his journey hasn't lacked challenges.
One of the biggest challenges is the cost of art supplies and everything. From way early on, it's always been quite pricey, but you kind of also learn to, as much as you it's also a business, so as much as possible you invest into that. I kind of see it as an opportunity, not really a challenge. Like the local art scene is kind of growing, and of course a while ago it wasn't that vibrant. There are a lot of artists right now, and galleries and art collectors alike are beginning to come out. Even Kenyans themselves are beginning to collect a lot of art. I see that growing, so I kind of see that as an opportunity.
And what are your future plans as cash art?
Yeah, mostly I would want to grow into my practice. I want to showcase internationally, have exhibition and a lot of collectors from all over the world, even locally as well. People really appreciate that. And I'm also thinking into moving into art mentorship, especially for kids. I'm very passionate about teaching. I've done it a while. So I'm thinking in the next few months or to have like a teaching practice, especially for kids. Yeah.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
On Boss Moves tonight, we meet engineer James Mwendwa, the founder of Kiseki Limited, a company that recycles and upcycles glass bottles into repurposed glassware, chandeliers, art, and vases. When he launched the company at the end of 2023, he was the sole employee. Now, 2 years on, his ambitions are greater.
Hi, my name is James Kitavi, MD Kiseki. Karibu Kiseki. Plastic was well taken care of, but glass waste, nobody was thinking about it. So we decided as Kiseki to measure our recycling business on glass waste. And glass itself can be recycled infinitely without losing quality.
Engineer James Mwendwa had been working in waste management for 15 years until 6 years ago when he developed an interest in recycling. In 2023, his interest grew, leading him to establish Kiseki Limited. Kiseki, meaning miracle, in Chinese and Japanese, took about 2 months to register.
So we are giving life to waste. This was been collected in a dump site somewhere. It had been forgotten about. It is waste. But we will convert it from trash to treasure, being a miracle.
After consuming their beverages, most people discard the glass bottles. However, Kiseki, which has 2 collection centers in Kariobangi and 7 outside Nairobi County, collects them and takes them to the warehouse where they will be recycled and given new life. Kiseki processes between 60,000 and 70,000 bottles daily. At the warehouse, the bottles undergo quality checks. They are examined for size and brand name and finally inspected to see whether they contain any substances other than the intended beverage. The warehouse has 2 main lines, a glass cleaning line and a glass conversion line.
Our washing line is manual by design because we want to create as many jobs, as many green jobs as possible.
After cleaning the 250 ml glass bottles, the company sells them to beverage manufacturers. Mainstream and premium bottles, that is 750 ml and above, are repurposed into glassware, vases, chandeliers, or shot glasses for sale. Finally, in the case of broken bottles, Kiseki crushes them and sends them to its partners who are glass manufacturers for recycling into new glass products.
We package them in either crates, that is if it is the glass bottles, or boxes, if it's the upcycled consumer glass product. And then they are ready now for release to the market, to our consumers and our customers.
Initially, James was the only employee. However, the business expanded rapidly and now employs around 150 staff members who collect, sort, or wash bottles. Some of them work on recycling or upcycling the bottles into new products.
About a month into it, we moved to a container house around that river in one of the areas where waste is dumped. We were there for about 1 month. Then we outgrew the place and moved here around April of 2024.
Like most startups, Kiseki Limited faced several challenges as it was getting off the ground.
When you are in this space of waste management and sustainability, banks are not an option. So we had to rely on my own investment, setting up the company, getting the initial employees and machinery. So that came from my pocket.
Finding experienced glass cutters proved challenging, as did acquiring suitable glass cutting machinery.
So we have had people who buy bottles, very premium prices, for counterfeiting. So we face that challenge where we're not getting as many bottles as we should get. When you work in waste, you're seen as waste. So people don't give you value. Even getting people who are interested in coming on board to work with us was a challenge.
Despite these challenges, James reveals that the success of the business depends on its people. The company's focus is on people, planet, and profits.
Profit is last, again by design, because it's the life-changing moments that we have granted to people, former dump site workers. Now who have a career. I've heard people who have gone back to university, yet just about a year ago, life was intolerable.
My, as Kiseki, biggest achievement is seeing a lady called Mweni, who I met in Dandora dump site. Today she's in Kiseki as a supervisor. Her kids are in school. She has a good roof over her head, and they even enjoy going on holiday. That is my biggest success. And we have 150 of these. So you can imagine the story.
Initially focusing on recycling glass, Kiseki's future appears promising, with plans to create more financial opportunities for communities from recyclables.
We intend to manufacture glass bottles, either for the beverage industry, for the pharmaceutical industry, or just for water. We want to be entrenched in our communities. We want people to participate actively in sorting waste at source. Every Kenyan generates about ½ kilo of waste every single day. If we did our part in sorting this waste, then it will not be a menace. It will become a financial, opportunity for even the people in the villages, because plastics can be sold. Glass now can be sold. Paper can be sold. Food waste can be sold and converted to fertilizer. So Kiseki is looking to be at the center stage in transforming our whole ecosystem and how we view and value waste.
James' story shows you how passionate he is about the community, the environment, and looking to the future. His focus is on decentralizing and expanding business operations. He also wants to employ and train more employees who, like the rest of the Kiseki staff, will earn a living wage. As he continues to promote responsible sourcing, he is also striving to manage the waste recycling process from collection to post-conversion. That's it for this episode of Mint. We hope you're living with fresh ideas about investing, spending, and what it takes to keep going as an entrepreneur, and maybe a new respect for flair too. For more information, visit mint@mula.co.ke or tv47.digital. Stay safe and keep minting. Until next week, I'm Lydia Nyawera.